In this video we're going to have a look at how you can use Drive on Workspace and Glow to share files and folders to collaborate with colleagues. One of the real bonuses, one of the real wins for using cloud storage is that instead of having to take your file, save it onto a memory stick on your computer's hard disk, attach that to an email, send that email with the file to your colleague for them to download it, make changes, save it, attach it to an email and send it back to you for you to make changes at a time. Everything that we do on the cloud we can share and collaborate in real time. So any of these files or folders I can give my colleagues access to, and they can go in and use them at the same time as me. They can make changes and edits and recommendations as well. So that can be really effective for things like planning and reporting. You can also make copies as well, so that you don't have to give them your copy of the resource that they might make changes to. You can make a copy for them and then share that too. So I'll take you through some of the steps for this. So anything in my drive, I can right click it and I'll get a share. So I can share that to my colleagues, and I can do the same with files as well. If I right click or tap my two fingers on my Chromebook's touchpad, open up the menu, you can see here I can share. So if I take this Jamboard I have here, for example, I go up to share, and you can see that I already have access to it. I can add people specifically, so if I know their name, I can click on the add people and groups and start to type in their name. It will come up with suggestions if I've already contacted them. Always be careful with sharing in this way, because you might type in the George Milliken that you think is in your class, but there might be 2 or 3 people with that name in your authority or your school, and you might send it to the wrong person. So always take care when we're sharing by names. I would always strongly recommend that we do it with the link, and I'll come to sharing with a link in a wee second. You can see here that I've got access, and I've also got George's class teacher, so anybody who's a member of my classroom has automatically got access, and I can change their access to viewer, editor, make it temporary access, or I can even remove them. So I'm going to remove that person, any of those teachers from that classroom just now, so it's now just me that's got access. Again, if I open that back up and I come to the link this time, it's always my preferred way. I think it's just a wee bit safer, more secure to create a link and share it, and that way you know who you've shared the link to. If you add people or groups, it could be the wrong person from what you've intended to share it to. So I can change the settings for my link. So it's currently set to anyone with the link can access. That's really useful for my Jamboards, I find, but again, I'm dealing with educators here. If you're working with children and young people, you might want to set it to restricted, so only people you give the link to, or in this case this would be your local authority here for set to Education Scotland for me. So I'm going to leave it currently as anyone with the link, but I'd recommend you change that. And I've got 2 options. They can either be a viewer or an editor, so I can share a docs file. So I can share a docs file to them, and they can have a look at that word process document as a viewer, or I can allow them editing access, so we'll keep it set to editor for now. And then all I have to do is copy the link, and that will automatically go to my device's clipboard or wherever it stores that, and I can paste that into an email, a group chat, whether I'm on Classroom or Teams or any other platform. You can share that link to them. And again, what you see here, if I go up to my address bar in my browser and I put in that link that I've copied, it's taking me straight to the document that I'm sharing, and I'm able to edit that, as is the rights.